I think it was something Roy was saying.
Nah, man, I be doing that joint on the fly. I don't even have the time to be trying to post that and stuff. That's I tell you, we don't stop the tape. When we rolling, we rolling. So, we all good, right? Anybody have any questions or anything?
Nope. We didn't take the picture.
Oh shoot, yeah. Dang it. We can do a screen grab from the video. Oh no, okay. I gotta be facing.
I think all three of us are blocked.
Roy, just relax. Goodness gracious. Ain't nobody looking at you, bud. You got a girlfriend.
No, this
Calm
gotta be
down.
professional.
Alright, everybody look at the camera for a second. I'll do a screen grab. Alright,
Which camera are we looking at?
Video.
Okay, I was looking at it. Like Mike.
you need me to slide out the way for you, bro, so they can see your pretty behind?
Are you sitting in front of the camera though?
Man, y'all just...
That's what I'm just...
Somebody go look over there and see what he's looking
He
like.
is. He's blocking me or Martin.
You might have to come right here, though.
Or at least
Where's your mic at?
Then I'm gonna block you. I don't have them running off that mic. You on my mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's blocking
Straight up
over
back
us.
his head.
Huh?
Oh yeah, nah, that's good. Now you gonna
Hey, just come over here. Just come over
No,
here.
I'll just move the
I'm
camera.
asking him to come over a little
So you gonna do?
Here, I'll slide back and you just scoot in.
For real, it's camera shot.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do both?
Ain't nothing shy about Darrell. First of all.
Let's get that
I
straight.
was alright the video.
I'm trying to keep it professional.
All right. So y'all gonna do
You gotta
the
close your legs though.
You feel better, Roy?
y'all gonna do the audio podcast and the video one as well.
Yeah, we're gonna put the video on YouTube.
Okay, and then the
And
other
this is
one.
gonna go on, yeah.
Okay.
We probably throw it on Facebook too. What do you think? Is that hard to do?
You know what I'm gonna do? Cause you be giving me all these demands. I'm gonna take this
That was a
screenshot
suggestion.
out the camera when we done. I'm gonna hand it to you.
Alright.
And you do it. And then tomorrow morning I'm gonna text you. I'm like, Omari, when the video going up? And then after I'm like, Omari, why's the video not up yet? Omari, can you put the video
Never
up?
have I done that. Never have I done that.
I mean,
So
does
that's
it have
exactly what's gonna happen.
a card inside of it?
There's a card inside of it. When I'm done, I'm gonna take this card out and I'm gonna give it to Omari.
You can give it to me. I can put it up.
However y'all wanna do it.
I'll put some music to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can get up.
With that. Trying to be at the park with my kids, Omari. Where the video at?
Oh,
Boy, he told me to close my legs. Oh, wait a minute.
oh,
I guess I need to get off my phone.
This might be clanging.
Alright, anybody got any questions before we start?
No.
I'm all the way up.
Hold on. Let me do something.
Oh,
man.
one quick question is I don't know if we want to get into this, y'all. Let me know. Is anything off limits with asking you about?
No.
Even with certain members of an organization that we all a part of, or were?
Ain't nothing. Yo, I'm here. We're gonna give y'all a good story. You know what I'm saying? People want to hear it. People want to hear it. I'm gonna be professional. I thought about this, and I'm gonna try to be as professional as possible. I'm just be as professional as possible.
You gotta hang this.
Or honest.
Alright, y'all wasting time. Let's get to it.
Yeah, no, that's good. You know, it's all good.
Cool.
You can still see it. What's the name?
You are listening to Real Runners of Atlanta, the podcast. I'm Darrell, here with Roy, Omari, and our first ever guest host, Michael Martinez.
Big Mike!
And this
The champ
is
is here.
episode 5.0.
The champ is here.
Now this episode, y'all, is going to be a little bit different. One, because it's groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking for two reasons. One, and I know y'all heard me say this before, but I'm serious this time. We got a video. Alright, so we really gotta go live on YouTube.
Like
with this
real deal
one.
video.
But more importantly, we got our first ever guest host, Michael Martinez.
Turn up.
Now I know most of y'all probably know who Michael Martinez is, But y'all know he goes all the way up. Y'all know Mike is live.
Turn up.
So Mike, do me a
Turn up.
favor. I want you to introduce yourself to the podcast. Let us know who you are, what you do, why you do it. What's up, man?
All right, well, yeah, my name is Michael Martinez, and I'm founder of Run Fam, which is not a running club, but more of a community that includes all running clubs. And basically, I mean, it's real simple. You know, who we are, who we represent is just like-minded people, basically who support a healthy mindset. Who support a healthy lifestyle and positive mindset. And that's what I say. Sometimes I say we just happen to run. So it's more like a support system that we have going on. And more like, Run Fam to me is when all the gangs or the running clubs get together, and kind of hang out and chill out. That's where I got Run Fam from. So yeah, that's just a simple version right there.
That's what's up. Well, before we go any deeper, let's go ahead and give Michael a big round of applause, man. We're just happy to have you on the show. We appreciate you being our first guest host.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be real candid with you, man, we sat down and took some time about who we wanted to have as our first guest host.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not here by accident. You weren't the backup choice or the third choice. You were the main person we wanted to go to, man.
Unanimous.
Your story was compelling, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the world deserves to hear it. So...
Well, I'm definitely honored to be here. I'm most definitely honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
No doubt, man. So we're going to get straight into it, y'all. We're going to switch up the format. I know y'all normally used to us telling about what the host did and all that stuff, but we know that a lot of y'all not even here for that. Y'all here for Michael, so we're going to get straight into the interview, man. I got a couple of questions for you. We had a couple of questions that came in from the audience, and I'm sure these guys got some questions for you, too. So we're going to start out with just some basic stuff, man. Here's a question that I have. I noticed that, man, you have a really strong following, and people seem to relate to your story, or people seem to draw from your story. I'm just curious, what do you think it is about your path that's just so relatable to people, that draws people into you?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know my personality, but more importantly, I think my transparency, because like in my integrity, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling what it really is. Like, there's no, going around the corner about it. It's just basically, I did some things in my life. I used discipline, hard work, and determination to turn it around, and I'm still trying to turn it around. So I think they maybe, I don't know, you gotta ask them really. I think maybe they can appreciate the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Or me being candid about everything that, that goes on. It's like, there's, I tell everything, I was an alcoholic, I was in a homeless shelter, I lived a different life. I've changed my life around, definitely got to thank God for showing me the way. I think they say I've got a new lease on life, is it? I got a new lease on life. And this lease right here, we're gonna put at least 30 years on it right now, minimum. We're looking at the next 30 years right now. And then after 30 years, we'll look at getting a new lease.
Right. So what's making it stick this time? Like, I noticed earlier, and this is a part of your story I didn't know. Earlier today, you posted on Facebook something to the effect of, this is an old picture of me, when I first made my first attempt at converting my lifestyle and living this healthier lifestyle, which to me, I read that to mean that attempt was unsuccessful. But since I've known you, I guess I've known you now for a couple of years, you've been on it, at least externally, it looks like consistently. So this time around, assuming I'm right, like, what's making it stick? Like, how are you able to stick with it this time if you did in fact fail in the past?
Okay, so yeah, well, I don't know if I want to call it a fail or unsuccessful try, and I think I said something like that, but it was an attempt, and and they say when you do things, you should just kind of fail fast when you're doing, so you can get back up and wipe yourself off, and but that one was I think 2009, so. I didn't actually fail fast. I lingered it out until 2014, 2013. I just made a decision to change my lifestyle. Like, it's a lifestyle change. It's not, do it here. Because I did it, back then I did it, lost 50 pounds. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, what they don't know is that, when you start working out, of course, you're shocking your body. And this is my opinion too. And this is what happened to me. you're shocking your body, you lose the weight, right? But you have to do something to maintain it. You understand? And to maintain it, you have to know how you actually lost it. You see what I'm saying? So that was my problem. I didn't know how I lost it. You still celebrating. Like, it's crazy. Like, you celebrate losing weight by eating and drinking. Some people do that. So what I figured out, what I was like, you know what? 2013, I was like, man, something got to change. Like, I'm like, man, I had all these wine, Ciroc bottles around the house and everything. And I'm like, yo, where's my life going at this point? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I made a change. Well, did I answer your question yet?
You did answer my question.
Okay.
And so for me, that definitely answers the individual story. But I think what most people know you from now is Run Fam. So how did you get from, all right, I'm going to change my life around, to Run Fam, and what I'm going to say seems to be expanding and reaching a broader market? What brought about that change? What was the idea for Run Fam? Why are you doing it? Like, tell us about that.
Well, if I can interject just a minute before you go there. So would you say, and the reason I ask is because there's somewhat of a point, I'm curious if you have the same opinion. Would you say you made a lifestyle change?
Absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people they do diets, like they'll do like a beach diet, like they want to drop some weight for the bikini or the swimsuit or whatever.
You're doing a beach diet,
but then you right back on it after.
Well, some people like, I gotta go to the, summer coming. Like, no, it's not summer coming. It's winter's coming too, and you should be prepared for that as well. It ain't, because see, when you talk about summer's coming, that means that you're just doing it for the summer and you plan on going back, so you haven't changed your lifestyle. I know some people who starve themselves to go on vacation. I'm like, come on, man, like, that's, why would you do that then to gain the weight back? Why would you put yourself through that? Some people just don't know what to do. And that's where I was at.
Yeah, right. And I see some of that with like people who sometimes fast. Like, there's various reasons that people will fast, and some of them, appear to be pretty valid, but some of them it's just masking a diet. It's just like, well, I'm gonna go off of chocolate for, this little period of time, whatever it is, whatever they're fasting for. And after that, they gorge themselves with chocolate right after they come off of it. It's like, well, what was the point? It's like, it can't be a discipline thing because, you might have stopped for this time, but then you went overboard when you started eating it again.
I understand.
So like you're right back where you started.
He's right. I mean, you can't just put a limit on what you're doing, because you're just giving yourself, you're saying, I'm going to do it for just the summer. That means after the summer pass, your mental thinking is, okay, it's cool for me to get back on to doing the bad things, and you're going to go right back into that situation that you was. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw you, man. It was at the Michelob half marathon. I come running by you.
Which one?
It was 2014.
In Forsyth?
Huh?
In Forsyth? Out in the country?
Yeah, and Coming, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I come running past you. It was so hilarious the way you act when I passed you. When I passed you, I was like, keep up the good work. He was like, what's up? He was just doing a slow chop. What's up? So I'm like, who is this guy? That was the first time I saw you. And so later on I got to know you, and I did see you drinking. And then after a while, I remember sitting with you at a table, and I asked you, did you want to drink? And you was like, nah, I'm not drinking no more. And that caught me. I'm like, wow, he's really not drinking. You was like sitting there while everyone else was drinking. You had your water, and you just left it. You were saying you was leaving it alone. So that's real big. You have to not put limits on it, but just stay with it and make it a lifestyle, like you said.
Discipline, And even some of those things, like I said, chocolate is not a bad thing. Food isn't a bad thing, but it's all in the discipline in which you exercise with it. Like, you have to keep yourself in line, And I've seen you with like your meal prep and stuff like that. Like you'll.
Oh, hold on. Let me say this now. Before somebody see me with a glass of wine talking about, I thought you ain't drink no more. No, I go through times where I'll do 100 days no drinking. I do 5 weeks no drinking. You know what I'm saying? And this stint right here, I did 100 days from December 29th to April 6th, as just to see if I can do it. And so I mean, so since April 6th, so it's actually since December 29th, I may have had 8 glasses of wine. So that's probably like a glass a month or whatever like that. And the reason why I limit my drinking, because I know I was talking to Darrell earlier, is that, you know, we have 24 hours in a day. You understand what I'm saying? So I need to make sure my 24 hours counts. So if I'm drinking, and I don't care if this is Saturday, Sunday, and I wake up, I don't have time to recover. I don't want to wake up with that, you know,
That's the conversation you and I had.
Trying to get to
yeah, I need to get to it.
Yeah.
I need to get right to it. I need to get back in my mode. I need to get back where I'm at. Because when I need to recover, that means my mind is all over the place.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I don't drink that much, because I just
Focus.
Right, I'm too focused right now.
I get it. I know Darrell trying to wrangle us back in.
I am trying to bring y'all back in.
I know, because we can go up on that.
You can go on. I know these two can talk.
Yeah.
We got this whole show to talk. You know what I'm saying? We do this all day long, but I really would just want to make sure we give you a chance to really tell your story.
Oh, right, because you were asking me.
I want to know how you got from individual improvement
Right.
to investing in other people via Run Fam.
Right.
Where did that come? Like, at what point did you sit and say, you know what, Run Fam?
Oh, that was a great question. That's an excellent question. All right, so Publix, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I know y'all running Publix in 2017. Like I said, y'all keep asking me, am I running the 4? That's a no.
Shout out to Team Takedown.
Right. Shout out to Team Takedown.
You did the 4 before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the 4 in 2015 by myself.
That's right.
Okay, so y'all got company out there. So 2015, man, I trained hard or whatever. I did my thing. I ran a marathon before that, but they say it don't count. But we ain't gonna talk about that. 2015, mile 25.5, I think it was. Mile 25.5. I seen my girl Maria Lacey. She was right there. She was like, come on, keep moving. Like, I was done, depleted, finished. Legs, toast, couldn't walk. I mean, this is like crazy. All in the rain, all the hills. You know, y'all know how the Publix half is. So I did.
Y'all hear that, Team Takedown?
You know, well, you can do it though. Y'all gonna do it. No problem. Y'all gonna do it. You got the cheer squad out there for y'all too. But when I say depleted, I was depleted for real. And then, so we get to around mile 25.8. Man, there's 20 people out there waiting on me, man. 20 people waiting on me.
Did you know they were going to be there?
No.
So you at your lowest moment, about to give up, and then boom.
About to give up. About to be yo, I'm telling you, I'm sitting on the banister. Somebody's rubbing my legs. Somebody's pouring water. Give me some water or Gatorade. I don't need. So then I'm still going in like, Dame is like, yo, man, you ain't, come on, man. Everybody really, they was like, yo, you ain't walking. You're not walking in. I'm like, man, I can't do it. And that's when that video came out. Yeah. That video started, and I'm like I was done. All of a sudden, I started moving. I was cramped everywhere. I started moving my legs. And I don't know why, but my legs kept moving. So from 25.8 or whatever, I ran it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it no more. And I made it through that finish line, running, not walking. When I was getting, like you said, when I was getting ready to give up. And ever since then, I was like, this is Run Fam. This is Run Fam. And it wasn't just black men run. It was black men run. It was black girls run. It was running nerds. It was all types of people out there that helped me through that, man. And and I thank them forever for this day. You know what I'm saying? To this day, man. And that was real to me. And that support right there is where I got Run Fam. Is where I felt where Run Fam. This is real. This is Run Fam. This is what it is.
Right.
This is what it is. I'm like, man, this is where I need to be in my life. This is the support that I need in my life. And then what was like? My birthday is August 8th, which is our anniversary coming up the weekend of August 6th. I had a birthday party, and to thank those people, I was like, why not? I created the T-shirt. Run Fan versus Everybody, which I know, of course, I got from, it was Detroit versus Everybody was the initial, but Run Fan versus Everybody, that meant, I'm not from Detroit. So that Run Fan meant everything to me. And I bought, I created the 18 and 20 t-shirts, and for my birthday, I gave those people, the same people that helped me cross that finish line, that shirt. And then it began.
That's dope.
Yeah, I was there for that. I saw you passing those out. That was cool.
Yeah.
So at that time, was that sort of an appreciation for those people, or did you see even then basically what it is now?
I saw a little bit. I saw a little bit. I didn't see I didn't see everything now, but it just started unfolding itself.
Because I could see what you felt, man. I remember, I wasn't out there, but I saw that picture and I saw that video. And probably the picture more so than the video, where you kind of holding your hands up, you see everybody behind you cheering you on. Man, that's gotta be like one of the most powerful things I ever saw, particularly from running. I'm not just shooting shit here. I put that right up to where, it was, I feel bad, I don't remember the dude's name, they're holding up the black fist on the podium. And you just,
Tommy Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look at that picture and you just, like, you weren't there, but you feel like you can feel what they felt, like in that moment. And so when I look at that picture of you, I'm like, I wasn't there, but I feel like I can feel what happened in that moment. I can tell that was a real moment, man. I'm glad you experienced that. And more so, what I'm impressed by is that you took a moment which really could have been personal, right? That you could have just took that moment, bottled it up, like, boom, that's me. But it seems like you took that, put a little hot sauce on it, you know what I'm saying, threw it on the stove, and now you're trying to serve it up to the whole community. I commit.
Why not have everybody experience that?
Yeah.
You see, that's my goal. Why not have everybody experience that? That's why I'm feeling
versus everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Run Fan versus Everybody because mainly we called it some other things before too. We was trying to get to it, but we finally got to Run Fan versus.
Don't try to slide by that.
Huh?
All right, this is the exclusive we're gonna get. What were those other things that didn't make the cut? What were the things that didn't make the cut?
All right, well, you gotta preface this first. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we was like, who gets up at 7 a.m. in the morning? To me. Where everybody else on Saturday morning, when everybody else
wants to sleep in.
Chickens versus everybody.
You know what I'm
saying?
So I was talking to Dan. I was like, yo, man. I said, dog, this is like a secret society, man. Who knows? I had no clue that people were even doing this at 7 a.m. because I was never up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So how would I know what I was like, you mean to tell me all of this is going on and people are running and there's all types of events going on?
Rolling over in bed.
And while I'm rolling over in bed, I was like, man, this is like a secret society. So we was like, Runners Illuminati, and that didn't go over too well.
You scared people with that.
I know, but I wasn't going for it.
Right.
I wasn't the real. I was like, I don't think that's touching real quick. So then we went to like Run a Secret Society, which we still.
I remember seeing some of that.
We still got the RSS. Run a Secret Society. We're gonna do something with it. You know what I mean? But we're gonna create something. Trust me. You'll see it. But yeah, those were the names that we went by. And then just come on, man. Everybody was already Run Fam. I just pretty much made a T-shirt for it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
I made the T-shirt, and then people feel it. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to to feel that moment that I had. So now, a lot of people around Atlanta and everywhere I'm at, if I'm not running, I don't even know if I like cheering more or racing more. Because I get so much out of, and I don't know if because of that moment, but I get so much out of helping people.
What's some of the more compelling stories? Like somebody's, either come to you, had how Run Fam has influenced them, or how your story has influenced somebody else. What kind of feedback have you gotten?
I mean, my cousin, he lost a significant amount of weight. I think he lost like 80 pounds. What up, Sadie? Oh, I need to shout out to my daughter too. Hey, baby, I love you. I see you tomorrow.
Hey.
All right.
We good, man. We working on this.
What happened?
I was trying to get the clap time with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the daughter. I know the clap was delayed. Hey, congratulations on the daughter, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, another add-on question to that, right? So we know where it started out. It started out with you basically at the bottom.
Yeah.
Not finishing a marathon. Now, I'm not gonna claim the top man because I wish you much success. I like to think of this as you ain't even nowhere near to where you're going. But from where you started, right? Homeless shelter, alcohol, all that. From where you started to where you are now, to which is having a humongous, and I know you got to know it, man. You're having a humongous effect on the impact on the running community. Along that path, man. Any regrets? Anything? And I don't mean regrets as in I'm not trying to look for you to spill the beans on something personal, but for those that are listening, that are currently where you were, that maybe they're listening and they got an alcohol problem or they got a weight problem and they're trying to get from point A to point B. Any missteps that you just want to call out now that might be a benefit to them?
Oh yeah. So go back to lifestyle. You know, it's simple, but it's not easy. You see what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, you have to change your lifestyle fully. And what I mean by that is, like you were saying, this is diet of whatever this beach diet. You know what I'm saying? South Beach diet. Those are the people on South Beach. But anyway, so you have to change your lifestyle totally. So when I changed my lifestyle, I lost friends. Okay, I had to, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I started out by
everybody's ready for change.
Yeah, not everybody's ready for, exactly. So first they ain't believe me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, why are you doing that? You picked the wrong time to stop drinking like I did. I started off with 100 days non-alcohol because I knew that when I drank, I never got things accomplished in the beginning. So I said, you know what? Something hit me in my head. I mean, you need to stop drinking. Stop drinking for 100 days. While I stopped drinking for 100 days, I didn't even cook. I never even cooked. I used to just, anything I throw in the oven, all these frozen foods, whatever. I found meal prepping. That helped me a lot. So yeah, do I have any regrets? No, but if you out there and you trying to make a change, you have to totally change your lifestyle. You're gonna lose friends. You might be by yourself, okay? You might be by yourself. But that's how I was. Before I found the Run Fam, I was by myself for about 10 months, for 9 months. Then I found Black Men Run, and I started out there.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying? But I had to go from January to September on my own. You know what I'm saying?
You could have quit, gave up.
Right. I could have gave up. But see, when I started seeing results.
Yeah.
And then I've lost results before.
Now, could you give maybe your top 3, maybe top 5 if you got them, tips for somebody who, like I said, might be in the same situation as you and trying to get to the next level? They want to change, but it's just, it's hard. What's something that can make it easier for them to visualize that goal of how to, increase their health, fitness?
You got to get around the people that you want to be like for real. Actually, you got to get around the people doing better than you.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you're around the people doing better than you, that's going to make you reach to the top.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You around people better than you, you have to reach to the top. You around people that ain't better than you, they said you the average of the 5 people that you hang around the most. You see?
Yeah.
And it's too true. Look at the 5 people that you hang around and ask yourself, who's the top dog? And then that'll give you some answers. You see?
That's so true, man.
And that's probably why you lost some of those friends too, because when you start pushing it, trying to change up.
But I lost friends like that, but then I got into this thing and I'm like, wow, this is where I need to be. You understand what I'm saying? Then I lost friends again. You see? So you always every time you push your level up, you're gonna lose some people. Some people are gonna resent you. They're gonna be good with you while you're trying to do it. But then when you actually are doing it, some people are just gonna resent you for it. And they just like, I've heard it said that like they don't want you to leave, then that, they want you to, stay with them or whatever. I heard all types of things about it. Or, there's a saying that say people want you to do good, but never better than them. I've experienced all of that. Like, and I find a lot of times I'm by myself. I heard Ricky Smiley say, he said, hey, get ready for isolation.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Melvin, shout out to Melvin. He has a quote he got from his mother and says, "Eagles don't fly with pigeons."
Preach.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I mean, it's so valid in so many different situations. It's like when you're trying to soar, you can't be with people who are trying to stay on the ground and pick up for these crumbs. You're trying to do something better.
Everybody ain't right. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Everybody don't have the same values. So it just doesn't work. A lot of times it doesn't work because you're trying to do something else and they trying to do something else. So, that's life. But, hey, you better be ready to lose some friends. I'm telling you. And maybe some family too. Because you got to do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I hear you say that. And one thing, I know you mentioned something you remember about Mike. But one thing that stands out to me when I first met you, even to this day, every time I see you, you have that same gigantic smile on your face. That's what sticks out to me. You always have like a ridiculous smile on your face. And so my question is that smile that you carry, is that sort of like indicative of like a representation of the positive energy that you have in you, or do you use that more so as a defense against the negative energy that is present in the world around you?
Well, you can use it for both. Actually, but no, for the most part, it's for the positive, man. Because it's so much. Like when you think about the cup half full, that thing, like that is. I'm just learning so much. Like that's real. But I mean, it goes deeper and deeper. That cup half full. So when you think about the cup half empty, then you just like,
Where it's on you.
When you think about it half full, you're like, oh wow. How far am I from the top?
No doubt.
When you think about half empty, you're like, man, I'm still down here. Nah. There's so much potential out here in this world, man. So yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's hit some of these questions from the community now. We put it out to y'all that are listening. We gave y'all the opportunity to ask some questions in case y'all got some questions that we really just don't hit on. We got a couple of people that put in some questions, so we're going to go to those. This is the first question that we got. Why start a new group and continue to divide the black running community? Why not join forces and make black men run and black girls run that much stronger? Anonymous question.
What? Okay, so wait a minute. Read that again.
All right, hold on. Question was... Alright, why start a new group and continue to divide the black running community? Why not join forces and make black men run and black girls run that much stronger?
Right. Well, that is a great question. The only thing is that I wonder who's asking it. Are they really watching what I'm doing? Because like I told y'all, run fam, run family, that's run fam when everybody gets together. Okay, so it's not the way I want people to think about run. I don't want people, and I'm not trying to say that I'm better or bigger than anyone. When I want people to think about run fam, like it's not black girls run, black men run, so and so run, this group, that group. Oh, then they got run fam. No, run fam is everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Run fam embodies all running communities, all run groups. Run fam is when everybody gets together. Now that person may not know, like they don't know when I have a group run that I have black men run, I have black girls run, I have everybody. Like what do you call that? Is it gumbo or whatever? Or whatever.
Like Transformers all coming
exactly.
together.
Everybody's mixed up.
Because, I don't know.
Like if you don't even notice, like black girls run and black men run, they don't normally, they ain't really, they run together, but it's not. That's who you need to be asking, not me, because I do what I do. So this is everybody. Like I don't even I'm part of every group. I'm part of Black Girls Run. Believe it or not.
Pause.
I'm part. Right, pause on that. But I'm part of Black Men Run. I'm part of Black Girls Run. I'm part of every running group. I make myself a part. I don't want to be divided between anybody. Because if I wake up one morning and I want to go to Black Men Run, I want to go. If I want to go to, and not Black Girls Run, but anybody's running group, I want to be able to go. And I want everybody to be able to come and feel comfortable. Run Fam is just like them same 20 people that ran me through the Publix.
Right.
It was Black Men Run, it was Black Girls Run, it was so-and-so Run, it was them and them Run, Eminem Run, it was everybody. And that was...
Everybody run?
Right, exactly. And that was Run Fam to me.
No doubt.
So, I'm sorry if you think that I'm trying to split the Black community up, but that's the total opposite of what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to bring the communities together. So...
All right, y'all heard it here. The point of Run Fam is actually to bring all the run groups together, not to divide them. All right, let's go to the other question we received. So we received 2 questions. This is the second one. I've been seeing you in the running community for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I see the positive impact and influence you've had. I have recently started to follow you on social media.
No, I'm just playing.
About a month or so ago,
So
I was able to meet you and talk briefly one-on-one and purchased a shirt. My question is, your slogan, motto, or hashtag is Run Fam versus everybody.
Oh, yeah.
How did you come up with that, and do you believe that makes people feel that it's us versus them? The reason I'm asking is that after wearing my shirt, I was asked by my running buddy that the shirt seemed to create competition. What is your response?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question, because when I was in New Orleans, this lady, she said something that I think she said it was like offensive or something to her. And then somebody else asked me that, and I had to ask them. I know Elisa had said she had a friend that said something like that too. To come to find out, her friend, he didn't run with anybody. He ran by himself. So there's no way that he would know how Run Fam versus everybody is. And like I just said, I've already answered that question. Run Fam versus everybody. That's like people don't do what we do. People don't get up 7 a.m. in the morning. Right. People ain't running all together. People don't need to support each other during a marathon and all this and this toughness that we go through and all this training that we go through. Our family don't even support us through all this training. Some of our family does.
Yeah, right.
Some of our family does, but for the most part, they don't. These people, not only say these people, but other people don't understand what we're going through.
That's the part I take from what you said, Run Fam versus everyone. Because when we're on this and we're doing this running, we're committed to running. Mm-hmm. A lot of friends and family don't understand that. Right. So they ask you, that goes back to what, two shows ago? They'll ask you, why are you doing all this running? Why are you eating like this? Come and have us a Popeye's chicken. Basically, why are you trying to keep from eating Popeye's chicken and stuff? That's where I took
right from. Popeye's chicken, right? He get checks on the side of something.
Did you know they had biscuits? Well, you know what a lot of it is that I've seen is insecurities. When people are insecure about themselves, but certain things will just show up. If they know they're not doing right in their lives and their diet is jacked up, they say hit dog holler.
You can get offended from just about every run group out there. Name. Black Girls Run.
I've had people question about my Black Men Run shirts. Like, well, what if I had a shirt that said White Men Run? Okay, it'd be a little redundant since more white men run than black men do. But
I really don't take it in any type of way because I know people. Some people ain't gonna understand it, but that's probably why you ain't part of you part of everybody and you ain't part of Run Fam because you don't understand. But if you got the understanding on it,
it is.
It ain't like what I'm saying. Like you don't matter. I'm just like it's like this is Run Fam. You not up with y'all. You not here at 6 and 7 in the morning.
Not to take this back to that, but that sounds so much
Black
like
Lives Matter,
Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter.
I was thinking the same thing.
But we ain't even gonna go there.
We could pick anything to get be upset about. I mean, it's just
right. Yeah, but I mean, some people just don't know. So I'm just here.
Ignorance and insecurity.
I'm here just to set the record straight. It's everybody. It's everybody. If you sleeping in on Saturday morning while we out here trying to get this work.
It's work. You don't. It's not. You're not just casually getting up and I'm gonna go rent a Peachtree today. No, you putting in work. You're there at 7 o'clock at the Nike store.
Exactly.
Putting in work.
That's what's up. Hey, so do y'all have any more questions for?
Wait a minute. That was the. I thought it was something. Oh man.
That's it, man. Now, if you don't mind.
There's more. There's more. All right.
Hang around with us now. We're gonna roll with the show.
Sorry.
We want your input, But we.
My bad.
We're gonna roll on the show. And so
let us talk a little bit.
You are an official co-host.
No,
You are an official guest co-host. So as we roll with the show, you the fourth member of the crew today.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
Jump in there. So we're gonna roll into word on the street. Roy's gonna let us know word on the streets where we talk about whatever's happening.
I heard so-and-so was out there doing that other. No, I was playing.
Nah, I don't know why you weren't even supposed to talk about that, man. That was off the bracket.
What did Snoop say about word on street?
Right. What's going on in the street, man? The streets.
All right. I'd like to continue from last week when we talked about Danielle's clothing line.
Danielle, man.
Danielle.
The dog.
We need to give him like a flashboard on how to pronounce people's names.
He didn't mean to mess a good name, Danielle.
Don, man. Don.
Just call it Don. Just call it Don.
Yeah.
Danielle.
Pick up like the Dan.
Clothing line. All right.
Just realized he got two
It's
phones.
actually a fitness clothing line. It comes out in
Phones. What would I'm sorry.
Go on, man. We listening.
It comes out August the 1st. That's 2 Mondays from today. Y'all be out there looking for her clothing line.
What's it called?
I don't know the name of the clothing line.
See, he ain't even
Got to be more careful. It's called Danielle, please.
Just look out.
Y'all can't do this 2 weeks in a row.
Please, Danielle.
Y'all answer. Send y'all the info now.
Let me tell you something. She did.
Come out. This is sent it to you.
Look, is this deja vu?
Hold on.
We allowed a horn.
This is
Don't send it to Roy.
Yeah, send it to the G. Send it to the realrunnersoftheatter.com. Leave a comment. The name of your business, the clothing line, the email address, web address. We can properly promote.
Come on now. I know she sent all that. Come on now, because I heard that same message last week.
Which one?
Oh, there you see. There you go. That's the problem. Oh man, I got no info here.
It's actually for ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
The other one I'd like to talk about is
myself.
the Black Men Run chapter New York. These guys, they got their stuff together, man.
Shout out Black Men Run New York.
I seen them.
Go Vaughn, what up, baby?
And what caught my eye was this picture they took up in Bed-Stuy, New York. The background had Biggie Small in it. And these guys, when they
Yeah, so
in front of
dope. That was dope.
this picture, man, I mean, it looked powerful.
That was
It looked like they had their stuff together. So I reached out to Kavan and Ashley Tucson. I actually talked with Ashley Tucson on the phone for a while.
What
The
up,
guy had
Ashley?
his stuff together, man. I mean, he was talking about
Raphael.
a lot of stuff, which we probably should have him on the show at some point. Because he had a lot of good ideas.
we ain't got any
a lot of good
budget
ideas.
in though.
He'll probably be a little bit later on down, but he had a lot of good ideas he was speaking about. What he would like to do for the community. And I was talking with him about their weekly runs. And the way they had it laid out, it was pretty unique. They had a step run. They had a run called Wingate, which a day that they worked track, which that's what actually he coaches track.
Hey, that's
That's my earphones on. I don't know what
You was just talking about New York. I just felt like we should have some like New York music in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, so no pun
Especially
intended.
Yeah, that was no pun intended, man. That's just how he started out the song. You gotta blame that on Biggie.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Actually, he coaches run, man, so he's responsible for putting this weekly run chart together. And the one that caught my eye was Hood Run.
Mm-hmm.
This is where they would run through the hood, pick a black neighborhood to run through.
Yeah, that's
because that was the main purpose of Black Men being started. Black Men Run being started.
Mm-hmm.
It was like attract black men out to run.
Yeah, I saw that.
To
That was looking real strong out there, y'all.
Yeah,
man.
to get them. I mean,
definitely props. That was looking real strong out there.
good on that.
Like you said, that's who needs to see. You know, is our
Exactly.
community, folks who don't normally run
Exactly.
or concerned about their health and fitness. Like same thing when we run Grant Park. When we do the long route over there by Turnerfield, run through there, you know, you got people cheering you on and, hey, well, what y'all doing? What y'all running for? Y'all in a race, you know. And you give them that feedback, and we just running, just
Visual,
exercise.
that visual.
Yeah.
Well, Young Our Boy's been a proponent for that, man. You know, me and Jason used to do that same run. We started out here on Maze. You know, we run down to the AUC, all through West End Mall and stuff like that. It's the same thing, yo. Like,
We should bring that back.
I mean, here's the thing. And I don't want to get off on this tangent, but like, what I realize is that sometimes you just got to do it yourself, man. Sometimes it's like you do it and people follow or they don't follow. Because I done been down to, I already do it, man. I live in the hood. Come on now.
Well, how's your boy?
I turn this mic around right now. Y'all might hear some gunshots going off.
I'm on Bankhead, brother. This is right there with
We
you.
are in the hood. We are in the hood.
This is what I do. So, you know,
Yeah, I commend him for doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
he goes out and he
tired of all that bitch out,
brought this
everybody,
idea
yeah.
up. He was like, we're Black Men Run. We should be running through black neighborhoods to attract more men out to run with us.
That's all. That's all.
And after those runs, that's another thing they do. They seek out black establishments to go eat healthy food in. So, Caban is very big on eating healthy, so he's leading them up on that.
Right.
But I thought they got that stuff together, man. I like the way they have everything laid out, and I just wanted to just give them a shout out.
Hey, for sure.
There used to be this restaurant
That's a
West
powerful
End
move up
over
there.
there.
But you know what's good? Oh, my bad. Hey, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
it's all good, man. We cut each other off all the time.
All the
man.
time.
Just cut them off and keep rolling.
No, this was this
Wait, hold on,
restaurant.
let me finish.
It was called.
See, that's what I
See,
forgot.
Food-
I would like to finish.
I think it was called Food for Life Supreme. It was over there, right down the street from Clark, and it was in the black neighborhood. Obviously, it had very healthy food. Like they didn't cook with any beef or pork. It was just fish-based, chicken, stuff like that. But everything was healthy. It was very good, reasonably priced. And then I don't know if enough people didn't patron them or what, but they ended up closing down. But it's places like that.
Closing them down.
Yeah, they closed down.
All right, well, let's support the black community. You
New
know,
York
shout out to
has
healthy
one, too.
eating and all that good stuff. We're gonna move on to the next
Shout out
section.
BMR New York.
Omari, what you got in the fan feedback?
Fan feedback, man. We had a lot of feedback from the community out there. Several things. Just appreciating us for, of course, being real. Addressing issues that are relevant right now. Given the fact that we have a voice and we're speaking to the running community and the community at large in general, we can't just stand by and be quiet about certain issues, especially issues that are taking the lives of folks. So we definitely want to make sure that we're sending out any kind of messages that can avoid those situations, educate people, whether it be safe running tips, whether you're running at night. Or just running by yourself, as far as headphones are concerned, make sure you can hear, be aware of your surroundings, running with your ID. Unfortunately, you need to be armed in that nature and that you can justify, where it is that you've been or what you're doing and not
You said something about we have to be armed. See, this how you
armed with the ID.
Yeah,
That's
man,
what
you gotta finish
When
them
you-
sentences.
When you there with Michael Martinez,
Armed with your identification, yes.
Something about you.
Yeah, because you do definitely have that because you need to be able to prove who you are.
All right, man, you gotta go off on this tangent. We did this in episode
You-
3.0, 4.0, whatever.
You making me run longer and interrogate me on the stand.
What else we gotta go on?
Judge passing.
Yes, you about to go. You gotta have your taser.
We had some technology feedback as well, about our Garmin watches and whatnot, and some tips on how to overcome those issues. So shout out to Sean for giving us some of those. Also sounds like people are ready for some action. So that's the thing we were talking about with the runs, running in black communities. Maybe started to do some economic boycotts to try to get some attention. But there'll be more of that coming up. And also shout out to Jerry Brown for your thoughts on that economic boycott. So we definitely like to rap with you, man, and get some ideas. But other than that, that's what's going on in the world of the fan feedback.
Boycott.
All right, we're gonna roll on that. And here's the key thing to safety, y'all. Y'all know this is my rule. I'm sticking with it every time. If you running with me, whether I know you or not, if we run together, we together. I don't care if it's the first time I met you. If we run together and the pit bull come chasing me, and that's you know what I'm saying? If I met you for the first time and we out there running and somebody come up and pull a gun out on me trying to rob me,
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, we gotta roll on. Alright, so we ran through the fan feedback. This might get us in trouble topic. And today, for the this might get us in trouble topic, I just want to introduce the conversation. I want to talk about, here's the title of the segment. Let me read this so I can make sure I get it right. So
Get it right now. What are you reading?
I articulate it the way I want to articulate it. Here's the title of this segment. Yes, running is good for you. But,
Lord.
is the running community necessarily good for you?
Preach.
And I don't have a conclusion on this, but here's the way I want to position it, right? Whenever someone steps into running, we always say, yes, running is good for you. But these are the things you need to watch out for. You need to go to a running store to make sure you have the proper shoes. You need to go to your doctor to make sure that you are medically fit for running. You need to make sure you have your hydration belt. We give all these precautions. Running is good, but you need to watch out for this. Now, when it comes to entering the running community, we don't give those people the same warnings. Yes, the running community could be good for you, but you know what else we see in the running community? We see infidelity. We see alcoholism. We see beef and conflict. We see insecurities. We see bullying. I mean, we all know examples. We all know examples of people who are cheating on their spouses or significant others within the running community. We know examples of people who are indulging in alcohol or indulging in food or partying based on influences within the running community. We know examples of people who have been ostracized and made fun of or made to feel isolated from the running community. Body shaming within the running community. Bullying and other conflicts within the running community. Insecurities exposed and preyed upon within the running community. So, I want to discuss the running community. We've got the research on the physical benefits of running and the running community, but who's here to talk about the possible pitfalls that could come along with someone who's not properly prepared for the running community?
That's deep.
That's what I want to talk about today,
deep.
man.
That's deep.
Because here's the thing. People start running, right? They get all those tips. They start running. They go to the running store. They get all that stuff together. And they start running. Boom. Then they get into the running community. And, I've seen this stuff happen. It happens so quick. All of a sudden, you're exposed to all the elements that come with any group. And if you're not prepared for it, if you don't know how to, selectively choose
know your ground,
where you're going to be and where you can't be, because not everything is for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know where you fit in, or you got to know who you're dealing with. Come on, now, how many times you done seen somebody new, step into the running community and they link up with such and such, and you thinking in your head dang, I know how this is going to end up. You know what I'm saying? They don't know.
I don't want to hang out with him.
So my question is, and I'm going to put it on y'all, we know running's good for you, but what do you think about the running community? Is it for everybody? Should we be warning people?
I think it's something that you can't blame on a community. You know what's right and wrong. You're a grown woman and man. You know what can actually get you in trouble and the right road to stay the heck out of trouble. So I wouldn't say it's actually on the running community, I would say there's options there in the running community that you can choose to manipulate or do the right thing by it. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I see it as the running community is what it is. It's a group of people under a like interest, and people are going to be people. So whether you're somebody who's going to, drink excessively and get drunk, you can do that at home, or you can do that with your friends. It just so happens that your friends are the running community. And, if you're going to cheat on your spouse or something like that, that's something that you're going to do on your own. You don't need any kind of, the running community is not going to influence you necessarily to do that.
Yeah. But we just see the same things done, and it's just done in the running community, but it's done in the everyday world also. And
you see it more so because it's right there in your face. This is our run fam.
Yeah. And everyone knows each other, and everyone wants to be, well, I would say not everyone. Some people just want to have, I would say like a woman, for instance. She wants that guy that's out, that does the same thing, that enjoys the same thing that she does. So she may not look all the way into the details of a situation, but just to get that guy that she's looking for to enjoy life with, it happens every day in life. I still wouldn't blame it on the running community. I blame it on more like, this is like everyday life. I mean, if someone sees an opportunity where they think they can get something that they want, some of them just don't care how they get it.
What do you think about some of these areas? Because I feel you on some of the things that can go across multiple areas or areas of a person's life, like the infidelity thing, like boom, if you cheat on your wife or your husband, I mean, you're just a cheater. You're gonna do that in the run community. You might do that at your job. You might, that's just who you are.
You do that anywhere.
You're gonna do that anywhere. But some of this stuff is a little bit more isolated to the running community. Like some of the stuff I've seen, like the body shaming, the isolation type stuff, where like for instance, let's pick one, and I'm gonna say the body shaming part. You don't necessarily see that as much, say, in the workplace as far versus like when you go out on a run.
Hold on there. What you mean by body shaming?
Like I know, and I think this is something that happens with women more so than men.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble.
We probably are gonna get in trouble.
That's why I said this.
Here's the thing, and whatever. I'm just gonna say whatever I feel. I think for the most part, guys just really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, you got Rick Ross. You know what I mean? Belly out the wazoo or whatever. He don't care. He take the shirt off, turn up, right? He gonna do what he gonna do. But with women, it's a little bit more sensitive. I know because I've been around it enough to know that they feel certain, insecurities about such and such not necessarily being in a position to do what everybody else, to wear certain things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you never gonna hear a guy saying like, yo, he shouldn't be running with his shirt off. Right? But you don't hear, oh my bad, chest dog. But on the women's side, you'll see that.
Yeah.
Running with the shirt off?
Oh, it's not even run with their shirt off, but like the type of clothing.
Oh, you mean what is that? What is that called? The team
sports bras,
team sports
and
bras,
stuff like that, right? You see that there. What's that new fitness club with the orange on them?
Orange Theory.
Orange Theory.
Yeah.
If you go work out at Orange Theory, you're not allowed to wear halter tops, or you can't take your guys can't take their shirt off or wear tank tops and stuff like that, because there's a group of people who feel uncomfortable. They feel like, the guy who has his shirt off is making them feel uncomfortable in that environment because they're trying to get right. So Orange Theory, for instance, says, all right, women, you can't wear, you can't show your belly. You know what I'm saying? Guys, you can't show your biceps or whatever. So I see that reflected also in the running community.
So what you mean? I mean, what you said. So you saying you see a woman? So a woman may say we're a team sports bra, right? And then another woman be like, "Oh, you ain't team sports bra.
You shouldn't be.
Oh, you shouldn't be team sports bra." Oh, well that I don't know.
I don't know. Some of that's just cattiness.
Yeah, exactly. I
Well, I know that
Now this is
actually
this is secondhand.
married
stuff,
men are men that have a woman in trouble by being seen in a picture like that.
that too.
Yeah.
Hold
yeah.
on. So, but did y'all answer that question? 'Cause all right. So wait a minute. So now I want to get to the. I want the answer too. So you say the running community, is it good for you? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Running is good, but is the community good for you?
Correct.
Exactly. But see, the thing
Are there
about
some
it is,
people who are hurt more where you would say, and yo, I got names in my head, man, when I'm saying this, where I look at them and I think, yo, they probably would have been better off if they didn't really get deep in the running community like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would have just stayed, if they would have just ran on their own, got healthy, maybe met a few people.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But that goes back to, that's normal. That's normal life. Like, what are you getting at? Why are you in it? Are you getting at something out of it? You know, that's the question that you want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you're here to get something specifically out of it, then you know, what is the body shaming? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's what you make it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be an adult. Like, peer pressure. Once you get a certain age, peer pressure shouldn't affect you.
All right, so let me
Yeah.
say this, and tell me y'all haven't heard this. I come in, I'm a runner without using no names. I'm a runner. I run this pace, and I decide to get involved in the running community. And then I start feeling like people are making fun of me because it takes me this amount of time to finish a half marathon, or it took me this amount of time to finish a marathon. This running community is kind of like calling me out, or bullying, or that's how the person's feeling. I'm not saying this is what's happening.
Yeah.
That's how they feel, and they feeling like, you know what I'm saying, if I would have did this on my own, right? I just, like, you did, well, you had some help to finish your marathon. You could have went out on the marathon, ran it on your own, felt your own sense of accomplishment, went home, boom. I ran a marathon, I felt great. Or we know situations where people go out there, they run that marathon, it takes them X amount of time to do it, and they getting clowned
Let's just
for
say
it.
6 hours it takes.
Whatever, I don't want to say time, whatever the time is, right? They
Yeah.
do it, the running community clowns them for it.
Why?
And now, I don't know why. It happens. Or at least they claim it happens.
Right.
That people are like looking up their times,
Oh, well.
texting somebody like, yo, such and such took 50 hours to run this marathon. Ah, she's whack. You know what I'm saying? And then they get wind of it, and then they feel ostracized, they feel made fun of, they feel, out, you know what I'm saying? And in those situations, I look at them and I'm like, man, you might have been better off not really getting deep in the running.
You gotta be, listen, you're gonna have to have a strong will, man. You know,
Yeah.
bottom line. You can't be worried about what somebody's saying about you, or you're gonna let their thoughts control your life.
Yeah.
So, what you do? Man, 2011, I did the Atlanta Marathon. Man, when I came in, man, listen, they had to go back to the back of the van to get my medal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
They had
finish
to shut it
line
down.
was gone. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I finished. I don't care what you
Yo,
say.
I remember a thread on NBMA.
That's it.
I remember a thread on NBMA
Oh,
where
shout
like,
out National Black Marathon
shout out
Association.
National Black Marathon Association. I remember a whole 500 post thread about, does your marathon count if you finish after whatever the time of the marathon is? So here's another example of the marathon community weighing in on opinions that make people feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
You go on a Let's Run message board. I don't know how many of y'all, I feel like I mentioned them too many times. I don't know why I'm promoting them. But, you go on a Let's Run message board, and basically, you read that kind of stuff. If you didn't finish in under 250, you know what I'm saying? They're looking at you like, yo, what are you doing? You out
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
marathon. They're that elite.
Oh, okay.
People
Okay.
get like these,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, ideas in their head where like once they've reached a certain level,
It's that
whether it's their
mentality.
speed, whether it's their physique, whether it's whatever, and they start looking at other people differently. or at least people perceive it that way.
No,
Because I've seen people walk
Well, some
away.
of them just are that
Come
way.
on, y'all, let's keep it funky. How many people do you know have literally walked away from the running community? Not because they just didn't feel like running anymore,
Yeah.
because they've had some kind of issues or conflicts or feedback from the running community that pushed them to the point where they like, you know what? I'm disappearing.
I'm straight.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now I look at some of those people and I'm like, yo, the running was doing good for you. I mean,
I heard some people tell me I would not come out and run because
you was getting
the running
healthier.
community is
You was
just
getting
that bad.
healthier. You were losing weight. You were getting your stuff right.
Yeah.
Then the running community, whether it's their fault or your fault for being overly sensitive, had you feeling some kind of way. So you said, forget this and stepped away. And boom. Now you're not running. Your weight's back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, dang, they was there.
Yeah.
You know, if they would have stuck with running, they'd be good.
Yeah.
But they got too deep in the running community. They got in their feelings. Maybe they weren't right for them. And boom, they exit. And then now what? You giving up exercising and working out.
You let
feeling
somebody take away
depressed.
your healthy feelings.
You know what I'm saying?
Again,
Looking
man,
funny in the mirror. at yourself.
Why were you in it for the first place? That's
Support.
the thing.
That's what I think.
Okay, so again, you
Robert,
gotta give support to get support as well, though. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say each situation. There's gotta be something else there. I don't think anybody. Well, I don't know. Like, if you say you want to do something, like I'm the wrong person to tell you that you can't do it.
Well, you know
see,
what?
because here's what I think. Like, okay, I look at like Robert. I look at you. Shoot, y'all are probably the main two, you and Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like y'all started running communities that were pretty broad. Like, I felt like they reached a different demographic than the existing running communities.
Oh.
It felt like the design of it was to be more of a safe haven than maybe some of the stuff that was already existing. It felt like an alternative. And I think, you know, shoot, we probably crossing topics now, but like when you talk about that prior question, that's probably a little bit of what it spoke to, because I think, you know, the shout out to Robert Smith and the 2020 Club. I think there's a different demographic when you look at 2020 Club and Run Fam versus everybody versus some of the more existing clubs. I think there's a different dynamic to those communities. So when you compare them to some of the other ones.
Well, I mean, what I create.
Buck 20. Buck 20.
Buck 20?
120.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. Y'all still here with us? This is the long. Yo, shout out to Michael Martinez for taking us on the longest podcast we've had to date. My goodness, are y'all still listening?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, what I created was to be totally opposite of what was going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my. I don't really know what, you know. I can't speak for Rob, but I had to do something that is more in me. Like, let's say Black Men Run. Black Men Run, they really run with women. And not that I wanted to be around women or nothing, but I just thought that equally we have fun together doing what we do.
Mm-hmm. And you want to be around women.
Of course.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That too. I didn't want to be around dudes all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was cool too, but then it was like, you know, that's it. And we hung out with the same people, so you know, we all ran together. It was like I don't know what the separation was. So I was like,
Now that part I can actually speak to. The separation, you know, I think the difference is Ed and Jason, co-founders of Black Men Run, for y'all that don't know, they're both married.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the same works for me. I'm married too.
Same.
It really makes, for me, having a group where it's just men only.
Yeah.
That's just really good for my marriage, bro. Like,
I can understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I can
It goes
definitely
back to when we
understand
were
that.
talking about
I
team
can definitely
sports, bro.
understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can speak for an answer. I have a girlfriend, all right?